be going, for here in the midway a strange wind is blowing. Where the lights are brighter, the laughter is knowing. Friends, into this tent now of marvels we're going. Sing it loud! Ballyhoo, bally-high, sing it low and sing it high. A song for the ages, for you and for me, where the carnival mirror is calling. Step up, friends, now, let's be going. For here in the midway a strange wind is blowing. Where the lights are brighter and the laughter is knowing. Friends, into this tent now of marvels we're going. Sing it loud! Ballyhoo, bally-high, sing it low and sing it high. A song for the ages, for you and for me, where the carnival mirror is calling.
what is kind of the new initiate, or the camp crony of the hands of shenanigans, Calliope, who is a young man who is fascinated by the tales that Rognobble has told him. So they've all befriended these folks, these kind of outer folks of the camp, to make their way in. Lady Scallion, who controls or who is like the mama of the camp, wanted nothing to do with this journalist that asked her pensive questions about her involvement in what is the heist of the what was it, the mantle is one of the artifacts.
Pandemonium mantle.
The pandemonium mantle. Thank you very much.
Have it written in my journal.
In your journal. And retreated back into the camp a bit. So you're all coming through right now, and you hear their music playing. There are lots of people being kind of shuffled in to this after party, all very, very excited. They all kind of have their little these little ribbon badges that say they belong. They get to be here afterwards. And then you see past kind of their showcase area, that the public can see, where they're doing aerial acts and fire eating and all of that, are these huge teak carved partitions that that's where the after party is. So it's this really good sized space, and you're shuffled through there. And I guess I'll start with a couple of questions for all of you. So you see people in various forms of dress. There's some in evening gowns and tuxes. There's people in Venetian masks. There's people in animal costumes, but not like the costume that Glitter Being has on. they have costumes on. They are not animal people. And some in like kind of the Greek togas, some in clown. And but they're all guests or they're members of the troupe, and they're all mingling, and food's being passed around, drink being passed around. Glitter Being, what smells and scents hit you as you make your way past kind of the carved teak partitions into the private after party, and how does this remind you of home?
Well, there's a little exhaust from some of the parked vehicles, even though it smells a little different. It's a little more organic because they run on like mushrooms and sod. But still a fume in the air reminds me of yes, back in the old world when we had cars and they also stunk. And there's a glimmer off in the distance that catches my eye, and despite the stench, I'm making my way towards it.
Nice glimmer off in the distance. Right, we're gonna have to investigate what that could possibly be. So you kind of move your way past the group a bit. This beautiful, extravagant ostrich with ostrich feathered boas around their neck kind of moves through the crowd, and everybody is, "Ooh, what a wonderful costume!" Or others are like, "That's an ostrich." Rognobble, what are the guests doing to suggest that they're using this whole experience to feed the Midway instead of have the Midway suck the story life from them? And how's this affecting your storybook?
I like the idea of acting out sort of their personal, like earlier, like where I had like where he did a bit of prestidigitation and kind of conjured this this like floating like visions and the phantasms of the history of Deeplington, right? Of like when they like crafting the layers in the city, diving down into the earth. And I like the idea of it sort of being like these like short plays that kind of act out the histories
Oh, neat.
you know, of their origins, or kind of maybe the origins of the guilds too, because I mean, this Deeplington's a city of guilds and all these different, you know, kind of crews that are selling or like that kind of represent, you know.
Yeah.
Like, right, I like the idea of them kind of like it being sort of like a crew comes up and like this is the story of their guild, or kind of that showcases like the wares, or you know.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
Yeah.
I would love that. Yeah, where it's not like a nobody's passing around business cards. Everybody's interpretive dancing or performing out, or even speaking poetry about their guilds. You know.
Yeah. That's what I would see. I think.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Okay. And how is this? How is this affecting your storybook, your giant tome that you carry with you?
I could see it like reminding, because like Ragnabel's like coming into his memory of like his past, and he's probably having some sort of remembrance of things that he had forgotten at this point. This seems like a, you know, a little bit of there's a Deus Ex Machina here of revelation for him, of like
Okay.
maybe the guilds that he belongs to, because I don't actually know what. I mean, he was
Right.
intuited sort of the alchemist guild like skills. So like, is that a guild maybe? I'm just wondering, like maybe there's something of that nature is now appearing in the book as he's watching this, you know?
Yeah. So maybe that's the thing. You kind of, you know, Rod kind of feels this book shifting and puttering. You can kind of see various colors of smoke coming over from the top of it between pages, and he opens it up, and it's kind of illustrating this missing chunk in there that is like some of Rog's history in there, and the alchemist guild that he belongs to. Nice. Of Six Petals, and I'm also asking the player, what genre does the music? What genre of music is being played by the band that is performing for this after party? And where does of Six Petals remember hearing this last?
Let's see. I don't think they listen to normal human music, but I had the idea of maybe that the band that was playing learned a song, or like wrote a song and then played it backwards, and then learned how to play it backwards.
Nice.
I was hearing bardcore.
Nice.
Right? Come on, bardcore or wizard rock. I mean, I love wizard rock, but maybe
wizard rock is a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
That's not like party music though. That's like
that's like Harry and the Potters.
Yeah, right.
I was saying that wizard rock. That's like when you smoke way too much weed and then pass that on the couch, and you like wake up 2 hours later and there's something happening.
And worship Sabbath.
That's right.
So they're playing this type of backwards, strange backwards music.
Twin Peaks.
I remember hearing something like this one day when I was just, standing on a hillside, staring off into the valleys and listening to the murmurs of human music from a village.
Okay. The Murmurs. Neat.
Maybe that's the band name, the Murmurs.
The Murmurs. Gotcha. Nice. The Murmurs. Nice. And Durgan, as you step in, there is a strange, very large mechanical contraption that is on the main stage you're being led in. What is it doing? And there looks to be this woman that's in charge of it. And although you've never met her before, they have a friendly face that you feel like they're very, very familiar. What is the machine doing, and what does she look like?
Well, I would expect she's going to have kind of a torn shirt, bare armed, kind of tall, and kind of gaunt, strong cheeks, spiky kind of hair, with a machine that's sort of attempting to create this sort of anthropomorphic, like giant that's sort of looming with these animatronic hands that are kind of reaching out. Kind of like a Maiden concert kind of style.
Oh, right.
Right. And but it'll be more jovial, kind of imagine a prankster kind of type creature, humanoid figure with a big smile, maybe something Joker-esque.
Okay.
And then I think Durgan for him is like, oh my God, this is great. And he'll want to kind of arrive, and he'll have Meiji up ahead of him, and he's got Meiji kind of tricked out with you can use artificers can create like little sounds or visual effects with little devices. So he's got flames coming out, visual like flames coming out of her mouth, like a hellhound with the actual sound of like you got this like smallish to medium kind of terrier, fire breathing, metallic hellhound,
mechanical little kind of steampunky terrier.
Yeah, and he's kind of leading it from behind, like he's trying to kind of hold her back, and then he's trying to look as guar as possible. And just,
he is a hobgoblin,
right? Super metal, just trying to be as awesome metal as like his favorite like Frazetta painting. He just wants to become that. And I think in terms of character, he's sort of abandoned everything he was in favor of this like awesome fantasy world that is just so much better than his real life. That he's probably falling into this rabbit hole really deeply now, because it's just the pleasure of it and the excitement of it is just so powerful that it sort of wipes away a little bit about who he was. It's like the coolest party that he never got to go to now.
Nice.
Right?
All right, then I will start with you, and then we'll go work our way back up. Hey, Durgan Lurch, could you give me a it's not necessarily intimidating to intimidate, but make an intimidation check.
Okay. I am not a terribly intimidating person, as much as I'm trying to look intimidating.
Right.
Right. I got a 16.
Wonderful. People kind of step back from you a bit. It's very, very metal as you're coming in. Probably somebody points and says, "Ooh, Murkburg." And as the flames kind of shoot out from Midgie, these little fun pyrotechnics, the woman who's controlling the kind of big jester being, and you see she wears some of the same clothes of the Ship of Fools. She probably has some sort of insignia of theirs, of the Hands of Shenanigans. It's just kind of this bunch of little emblem of hands and doing this. And she looks over and she sees Midgie even far from the distance, and you could see, even though that she's probably maybe about 100 feet away, you can still see this because you're honed in on her face. This smile, and she nods, and she kind of turns back to her business. And the big animatronic is this large being with this top hat. It's got this big skull and one big eye that kind of circles in green, staring out at the crowd, and it's kind of welcoming people, gesturing these broad skeletal arms. Its face is this big skull, and it's welcoming folks in. People are kind of gathering around between their performances of telling each other what guilds they're in and whatnot. Of 6 petals. The music is building up around you and crescendoing, but you can sense that the murmurs are playing half a tone or two behind. They're a little off, and they're about to hit a moment that you remember from this village, and you don't think they're going to quite click it. I'll give you a choice. Do you do anything to help them or hinder them?
I think I try to, you can tell me if this helps or hinders them. I start singing at the top of my lungs, running towards them, trying to like conduct them into hitting the refrain at the right time.
Oh, nice. You kind of are moving your way through a crowd. I love that it's some sort of like bard adventure movie where you're like, I've got to defuse this bomb by singing the right note, you know. And you're kind of moving through the crowd. All right. Give me a performance, please.
Okay. Let's see. I'm pretty good at that. 19.
Oh shit. Yep. Yeah, you could hear them going, and the young gentleman that was trying to hit the note is not quite getting it, and then your voice kind of floods in and enriches the song, makes it so much more powerful, you know. And
my singing voice sounds more like the instruments than the vocals, though.
Yeah, it's this neat blend that kind of fades in. You can even see some of them checking their instruments, and then they look out in the crowd and they see you, this thin, pale being in your reporter suit, your alabaster duke suit, singing, and they kick back into another chorus, and you joined them.
I do a backflip onto the stage.
Yeah, backflip onto the stage, and and everybody now is has their eyes on you. Rog Noggle.
Mm-hmm.
You are getting glimpses in your past of a building that was probably one of the that you remember being the first one of the first testing centers of your alchemist guild, long abandoned. And left behind, you know, maybe some other guild kind of rebought the building, refurbished the building, or whatnot. But you're remembering that the key that was given to you, and this was quite a few episodes ago, that was given to you back by Jake Kilden, that you thought may have been to your footlocker on board the Venture, has something to do with that space. And give me an Arcana roll.
Yes, that's my favorite roll. It is. I don't know. I love that one. It always gets me excited.
Nice.
The Arcana. Okay, there it goes. Oh, B. I got a B.
You got a B. Oh no, you got a 1?
No, it's a 24.
Oh shit, no, that's a critical success. Holy crap.
Nice.
Man, a critical success. Okay. Then I am going to turn it over to you then, the narrative to you. And you know that this is not the key to unlock the building, or to lock the door of the building. There's something within there that is the alchemists, the guild that you're with, and you, or half of the guild, thought was essential to Deeplington, and the other half thought this is an experiment that may never go anywhere. You don't know if that's what broke up the guild or not, but you basically were kind of voted out as to like, meh, let's abandon this experiment and move on. But you know it's essential and important to Deeplington. I'm going to let you dictate as to what it is.
Let's see it being some sort of like alchemical agent. That's sort of like the antipode of, because you know the alchemists are always looking for gold, right? They're looking for an agent that can transform lead into gold, transmute, right? You know, and I'm wondering if this is something that they discovered when they were digging into the depths of the earth. I mean, I was just watching The Hobbit, and I was thinking about the Arkenstone. It's like, what did the Arkenstone represent? You know, I'm wondering if there was like a weird kind of like dark shining kind of like thing that they found when they were digging the city down into this chasm, and somehow that they found this and they were started to experiment with it, and it possibly went awry, or maybe they had to leave it because it was too potent. Or they just couldn't control it. And it was starting to mess things up. You know, I don't know.
Nice.
That's kind of what I'm getting.
Okay.
You know,
Potent.
Yeah.
That'll transmute. Got it.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
And then glitter being. Give me a perception check as the glimmering thing shines in the distance, catching your ostrich eyes.
Okay. 6 plus 3 equals 9.
9. Right. Okay. With that, you are able to see. It is. There is a guild that is. It's the same guild. You could tell that is a guild of ambulatory works. They control things like monorails and jalopies and things like that, and they're showing off. This is where they kind of backed up into the blocked off area. You could see these teak walls get moved, and they backed up, and that's what caught your eye. The glimmer of what is probably to you would just look like some weird Penelope pit stop looking go-car thing. You know, it's one of those long nozzled jalopies with big wheels, but the wheels look weird. They look like they've got grips on them, and they don't necessarily look like they're made out of rubber. And it's got this flip hatch at the back that opens up, that makes it look more like a carriage was affixed on top of a roadster, you know, and it's unique and one of a kind, and everybody is kind of showing it off. Unfortunately, with rolling a 9, that means a lot of other people saw this and are crowded around you. So as you were kind of heading towards and seeing, you know, this person say, "Step up, step right up. I've got the Zephyrrific right here. This thing will go through anything, it'll climb up anything, it'll drive faster than anything." And the crowd kind of buzzes all around you, ooh, 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 and they kind of, you know, smush you into place because they're like, "Oh, it's an ostrich." Not that I would want to crowd around an ostrich. An ostrich can kick the shit out of anybody, but they're like, "Oh, but oh my god, oh," and they all point and stare, and there it sits on this kind of mini stage that it's kind of been rolled up to, and this gentleman is showing it off. You could see this other beautiful assistant whose hair is more like flame, there with an evening gown, like, you know, showing it off very Vanna White style. And then we take it from there. So the party is in full swing. You are each in your little perspective areas. You probably hear of Six Petals singing this strange music, which now becomes quite melodious, even in its strange backward tone. And yeah, that's what you all see. Is there anything you would all like to do?
Well, I'm excited about my kind of having these memories awakened in the book. Stumbling across this possibly, like, I don't know, maybe important information about this kind of like crazy, powerful, corrupting kind of artifact that they found. And I want to share this. Sure, definitely want to share it with Durgan. Run over. He's excited. Rognoble's excited about this discovery for sure.
You go running over with your large book.
Related to each other and like in this party right now? Like, are we near each other? Or like kind of.
I think you're all kind of scattered out. It's a very, very large space.
Okay.
You know, it's a good warehouse size space. You know that they have going on right now.
Yeah.
So you guys are all kind of spread out at this.
You would see
rave.
You would see Durgan kind of beelining towards this woman. Like he's definitely transfixed, and he's like, "Who is this person? What does she want? What's her deal?" So you would probably see him headed that way if you wanted to.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is. I think Ragnovel would feel safest sharing when it's a potentially important memory with Durgan first. Not sure what to do with this information.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. So
I'm gonna zip and find Durgan.
Okay, you're zipping up to find Durgan, and we'll get to. I'll set up a scene with that. Glitter being, what are you doing? Well, all this is.
Well, I'm here at this car, surrounded by a bunch of people who are squishing me and making me feel a little claustrophobic.
Very.
And I'm not that into cars, so I decide to move along.
Okay.
I decide to see what else this land has to offer.
Okay. You push and shove and make your way through the crowd, and okay. You make your way through the crowd, and give me another perception roll. Glitter being.
Okay, 3 + 3 = 6.
You, my friend, are being smooshed in. Tough to see, but past. Oops, let me get this. Here we go.
She get an advantage because she has a long neck.
A long neck, yeah.
But I can see above everything.
Yeah. So I will say you can see, but it's tough to move. The person that of Six Petals had described as Lady Scallion, she's kind of far off by a wooden covered wagon, you know, one of those big painted, really ornately decorated wagons with lanterns and stained glass. And she is kind of up on a little step and has this little small pair of almost like opera glasses, and she's looking out onto everything, and you could tell that she is watching everybody's movement, watching your movement, seeing where you all are. Yeah. And she sees your long ostrich neck pop up out of the crowd by the Zephyrus, and you see it you see her lower the glasses a bit, and then move into her wagon. Yeah, that's what you see.
Okay.
And of Six Petals, what are you doing?
So I've managed to get up on this stage somehow. I looked at somebody like in the crowd, and I'm like, "Hey, you, get me a drink. I don't care which one. I just know that people tend to lie to me less if I'm holding one."
All right. They easily enough, because there's people kind of in costume, and they're carrying trays of drinks. They hand you what looks to be like a champagne flute, and it is this golden yellow like liquid. It's like liquid or yellow like springtime, and it seems a little viscous as opposed to sloshy. And they hand that to you.
I just kind of hold it. I don't really drink it.
Okay, good. All right. Give me a.
Can I get like a perception roll or something like that? Just because I'm like at a high point where I can like view the whole crowd?
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. What is my perception? +3. Ooh, that's a 10.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. You see almost the same thing that I had described to Glitterbeam, but of course, Lady Scallion looking at in the direction, and you can spot your friend now getting kind of boxed in by people. You see, but you do see this ostrich head with this very ornate pile of boas all around them, and you see what I had described. She kind of looks at her and moves to go within her her wagon. You see a lantern light go on in one of the stained glass windows as she closes the door.
I kind of like walk to the center of the stage. I've kind of like upstaged the band and I'm kind of rolling with it. And I kind of almost just do like a tight 5 kind of, where I'm like making jokes about how people don't believe in the demon, and like all of these like folklore stories about how could people actually believe that there's this demon sleeping beneath us that's going to eat us all. And I'm just kind of like being very jokey about it, but also trying to like, stir up a little bit of tension.
Yeah, you lizard king it a bit. Okay. Give me a performance, and then I'm going to cut to Durgan and Rog.
12 + 4, 16.
16. That's good. Yeah, people are listening and paying attention to you. You have their you have their ear, and quite a few are laughing because as I said the last time we met, the stories are eons old, and it is a boogeyman story.
And I say something like, who would believe that something called Aram's commanding sandal would ruin this demon? What do you take it off your foot and throw it at him?
Right. Nice. Okay. And Rognobble and Durgan Lurch. Durgan, you're heading towards the stage and the animatronic, and Rognobble is approaching you with this smoking, smoldering book. It almost looks like the smoke bombs, where it's got like red and green kind of coming from the top of it a bit.
I glance over at him and I go, "What the hell are you doing, Rogs?" And then I just kind of half ignore him and just kind of keep going, because he's really kind of focused on like he's more looking at her than him. So he sees he's coming, he's got a book, he's like kind of transfixed. He's almost like hypnotized. So you could, smack him in the nose or something, but if not, he's just going to keep moving. And
I'm just going to kind of hover behind you, kind of get close and like, let you see that you're like fixed on something. But I'll let you I'll
keep going up and trying to like look cool and awesome as he, if he goes up the steps, tries to reach her, he'll like kind of leave Midge kind of by the front and try to get up there, try to get close to her, and just try to figure out who she is and why she looks so familiar.
Okay. You it doesn't take you too long. Actually, no. Let me give me an athletics test.
Athletics. All right.
Because the crowd is
all right,
squeezing in, much like
terrible
beings.
Terrible.
Yeah. Man, you and Glitter Ostrich are getting boxed in by just a bunch of sycophants and party goers. That's the enemy of tonight. Is just party people. You got a what? What's that? I'm sorry.
I got a 4.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
As you see an open lane, it kind of gets filled by people that are making their way towards this stage and performance. You could see more aerialists are kind of coming down. Male and female performers kind of have their hair long and braided and are hanging from it and are almost like these living chandeliers. And as they start to come down, more people kind of crowd in. You see another lane open up, more people move in, and then this woman kind of goes to the back of the stage to control the animatronic more. So she's moving away a bit. Rog, Nobble, what are you doing? You see your friend get frustrated as people are crowding around.
Damn it!
Yeah, I mean he's so fixed on like.
Well, now I've got people in my way, and you're the only person next to me, so he'll probably have your attention at this point.
Yeah, have a moment. Yeah, I want to just give a
Yeah.
quick recap to Dirk of like what he's like kind of remembered and what he's recalled and about the alchemist and the guild, and just trying to piece together if there's any pieces here that fit together, for the bigger picture.
I'll take a look at it and try to make sense of it. I'm like,
give me a Arcana.
Arcana? All right, good old Arcana. It's not Arcanta. It's
that's right. It's a canna, not Arcanta.
I got a 13.
That's not bad. Yeah, 13. You don't know what any of the alchemy is suggesting, but you do see the mechanics of it, and the mechanics of it is almost like this large centrifuge that is acting as and you probably recognize it because you built one of those whirly houses you see these slots as to where the injectors are to go throughout it, and then it acts as kind of this mixing machine with the final product coming out from the bottom, and it's a very, very big machine.
It's designs for this, or that's what he's showing me.
It's almost like Da Vinci style drawings pop up in the book. You see blueprints, but it's also artistic and beautiful at the same time.
He's definitely like distracted enough from whatever he was kind of charging toward to be really fascinated by this. So I'm like, where'd you find this? Where'd you find this thing? This is amazing.
Right. Well, the mysteries of Deeplington are revealing themselves here now that I'm back, and realizing that this abandoned guild, or you said Marcus that it's been reclaimed, perhaps.
It's a guild house that everybody figured, all right, maybe somebody took it as a fixer-upper and it's gone, but it could also just be this empty warehouse somewhere down below.
And my inkling is that somehow something has been buried, or there's some deeper levels that have been locked up or forgotten, that I think that we need to go check out.
Well, maybe we better get the others. I don't want to leave them alone.
Yeah. You don't want to leave this crowd alone.
I think if you want to, we can gravitate more towards the others. Maybe kind of help out the ostrich, at least when we're crammed in with a bunch of people, we can be crammed in with each other.
That sounds good. I'm down.
I can have Midgie kind of help, bull rush through the crowd to try to help us get to our friends.
Barking and yiping. Okay.
Yes. Nipping at people's heels.
Okay.
Do I see them congregating from the stage?
I think you can.
Okay.
Glitter being. So you are stuck in the middle of this crowd who is paying attention to the antics of what's going on stage, which is really, really fun, but also, you've been in a few shows. You're like, all right, let me give me some room here. And
end up doing like weird improv up there.
And there's things going on. There are also people kind of in front of you drunkenly, like with more of this yellow liquid in glassware, trying to recite poetry or dance what their guild is, and you're like, okay. What are you doing?
So I've had enough of this. So I become Glitter Firefly.
Nice.
And I'm now tiny and illuminated.
Okay.
And I make my way over. I'm intrigued by the woman with the opera glasses and her beautiful caravan with the lanterns. That all sounds way more interesting to me than badly done spoken word poetry.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, yeah. There's people in front of you who are like, we are the EMTs of the. You're like, all right. Gotcha. All right.
Ouch.
Wonderful. You're good.
Yikes.
You're good. That's fine. And so you flutter past and
So
head
I'm-
towards
yeah.
whoop and head towards the her thing. Okay. Then I'm gonna cut real quick to you and stay on you. And we get to the her caravan. There's a light on. She seems to be kind of pacing around in there. You can see through the blur of the stained glass. She's kind of pacing around, smoking a cigarette, and you see by her desk, she's opened up a box, and it looks to be like a little mechanical hummingbird that's fluttering around in the box, and you get a sense that she is contemplating whether to send it out or not.
To send out the hummingbird?
Uh-huh. Yeah, she's kind of like going towards it, and it kind of flitters up, and she, and then it kind of floats back down, and then she,
It's kind of like, so it's kind of like, it's like, let me out, let me out, let me out.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she's like, ugh.
Yeah, or give me an insight roll. Then that insight
okay.
is
Okay. Oh, okay. 11 plus 5 equals 16.
Oh yeah, I mean, she is. You can see by her body language and whatnot that it kind of lands on her finger, and she starts to talk into it, and it stops fluttering, and it seems to be listening, and then she changes her mind, and you could see her mouth like erase that, do over, and then it flutters again, and she's like, come on,
So she's like trying to decide what to record into this mechanical hummingbird. Is that what's happening here?
Yep.
She's composing a tweet.
Yep. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Bye.
I
want one.
That's what you can see. I'll get right back to you. So, of 6 spells, you see your friends collaborating. You saw them stop, stare into Rognoble's book, which kind of opens up with this smoke. You see this storybook, which elves don't seem to have. You have a journal, but you don't seem to have a storybook that they kept talking about. But
it is a magic journal, though.
It is a magic journal. It is a very cool magic journal, and they are So they are collaborating and are looking for the rest of you. What are you doing?
I say, and thanks for your time. I never existed, and then I cast Phase Step.
Ooh.
Misty Step off of the stage, basically, to where Durgan and Ragnar are.
Yeah, easily enough, because Misty Step takes you very, very far. So you bamf away, and then suddenly within this mist,
I turned into like a bunch of you threw some leaves up in the air. And
and then in front of you two, as you're talking, there's this little flutter of leaves and flower, and then all of a sudden it kind of drifts back down to the earth, and there is of 6 petals, while people are cheering on a far off stage, stage 2.
Did we notice the ostrich turn into a
firefly?
If one of you is paying attention to him, it seemed like you were
probably
staring off into the book, but you can give me a perception check and just give me a fairly good one.
That's 18.
Oh yeah. Easily enough. As you were saying, all right, let's get the others, because they can't be. they are up to chaos, I'm sure. So let's get to the others. And then you just spot glitter ostrich from the distance turn into glitter firefly, and then float towards this this wooden hooded caravan, kind of on this little peaked hill stage, you know.
I tell of Six Petals when he arrives. I mean, nice trick.
Trick.
So I saw.
What was the trick?
Well, you know, yeah, you weren't here and now you're here. That's the trick. Or were you here? I'm not seeing straight right now. I'm a little starry-eyed.
My uncle is the wind.
Well, that must have been fun at Thanksgiving, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe next fall we'll get a chance to have a big meal together with your uncle.
Anyways, what do y'all got so far? I got nothing. I got kind of roped up into.
Well, Roxy found this crazy book.
My soul book, yo.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, just the draftsmanship on this is sweet. I mean, this is professional. But that ostrich just turned into some kind of a dragonfly. I think maybe we gotta follow after.
Sounds
maybe
good.
she knows something. Can you do that again? Can you make us all go poof? And
did I see her heading towards where Lady?
No, I think you went over to you. I mean, you got from Durgan Lurch information that's where she was headed. You were concentrated more on going over to them, I would think.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to know if I saw that that lady that I talked to earlier was in the crowd.
Oh, she the lady that you spoke. Oh, she was the lady that you spoke to earlier. The Lady Scallion was the one.
The one who thought I was a narc.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you think we should head?
I mean, you certainly sounded like a narc. You're like, hey, one question for you. What's up with people stealing these artifacts that are meant to seal demons?
Hey, that's not what I said.
No, I know.
I was talking about how kids these days don't believe in the devil.
Yeah.
Well, do you think we should watch her some more, or do you think we should skulk around in the corners?
Seems maybe we could split and kind
we
of
failed to extract any data out of Lady Scallion. I feel like there was some information we were supposed to glean there. Right?
You also have, I mean, just out of character, you also do have those other characters that you interacted with.
Yeah, Ding and Dong.
The gnome, Ding and Dong, Calliope, and Nutsy and Bolts.
Right, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, often a plant will wilt if it spends too much time in the bright light. So I'm down to sneak into a corner if that is our next course of action.
Well, one thing we could kind of make a distraction a little bit while you sneak off and try to kind of find and follow her while she's keeping an eye on us while we make some noise.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah. We can kind of keep an eye on where you go, and hopefully she doesn't notice.
Have I had a chance to impart the information that I got from Calliope about the fact that they're the guild of the, shenanigans guild, like probably lifted one of those artifacts?
I would say so. Yeah. I'd say because we're going to take it for granted that you were all in a line, kind of getting shuffled into the crowd and exchanging information with one another. Yeah.
Lifted as in they have it now, or
they were part of the heist, and Calliope had indicated that he thought it was just some sort of prank. Some rich person was pulling on another rich person, so they needed money for their camp. And they got a whole lot of money for pulling off this heist at this party of this rich chancellor, and they took the mantle, and then Lady Calliope gave it to her contact, whoever this rich person was that said, "Hey, do this for me, and your camp gets a good chunk of cash."
So just to recap, there were more than one artifact that were stolen, correct? Did we have any
There
more?
were were three so far.
Three,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, got it.
There's the Pandemonium Mantle. We've got
Squeeze Box of Enlightenment.
Squeeze Box of Enlightenment and Aram's
Commanding Sandal.
Aram's Commanding Sandal.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
One sandal.
Right. Got it. Okay.
My flowers are wilting in the sun.
Oh no!
So Dirk, what do you say? What's the plan of attack here?
Well, I mean, it sounds like she might appreciate a little prank. You're good at that, Maybe you could do a little Bronco bust on Midgie and
Absolutely.
kind of bounce around and knock some people over, make a ruckus.
Right. Okay. Are we talking about a fantastical distraction?
That's the idea. Yeah. And we can kind of like make noise and kind of keep sort of low key move closer towards where they are, but hopefully they won't they'll be more transfixed by the performance of it or the craziness of it.
Okay.
And also we're both a little annoyed with all this crowd, so we're going to try to make some room.
They are.
No parking on the dance floor, people.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a disco ball going. We can probably make that happen with a little artificing.
Okay.
And take turns doing dance moves, maybe.
Okay. So yeah, you're going to provide a distraction because you do notice that the reason why Glitter Firefly made their way through towards her private area past. It's not like heavy security. There's just other Ship of Fools folks there. There's people of the troop there hanging around at the edges who would notice people coming towards the ladies' caravan. But they're not going to notice this fun little firefly go past them. They just probably went like, "Ooh, firefly!"
Yeah, so we're more giving cover.
Or we're just like, "What?"
We're more giving cover to Six Pedals, so you can they can go join them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go chasing.
How about this? Let's just walk into the VIP area.
Yeah, I mean, we can make a big crazy noise about it, and maybe they'll see us and want us to.
I've been to a lot of parties I wasn't invited to. If you just walk in with confidence, most of the time they don't say anything.
All right. So what are we doing? Are we distracting and sneaking in, or are we boldly going forward?
Well, you do what you want to do.
I'm gonna cut back to Firefly in a second.
As an Eladrin, I haven't really talked about this yet, but I have sort of a thing where I switch between seasons, and each season's give me different personality traits. And the personality trait I rolled for summer, which I'm embodying right now, is the best option is the one that's swift, unexpected, and overwhelming. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm trying to play.
Right, a mood has changed.
Right, I have smoke powder.
Okay.
Wanted to create a huge cloud where we could zip in, if that's indeed Durgan what you're feeling here.
That's cool. Yeah. We can make a big old bam, 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 poof.
Yeah, really because I have them in my I prepare them ahead of time. I remember on the airship, and they're in my hat. So I can pull them out. They're almost like those giant smoke bombs.
Okay. So we're in more for more distraction and move your way in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And prank level.
and prank level. Okay. Then I'm going to cut over to Firefly, and then before we enact our shenanigans, I'm going to do that, and then we're going to go to break. So, Glitter Firefly, what are you doing? You see, what's happening in the
sitting in a windowsill watching this lady, whisper things into a mechanical hummingbird, and she finally decides on what she's going to tweet and releases the Firefly. And so I'm so small, you wouldn't notice me. So I fly up next to the hummingbird, who's now flying away into the audience, and I'm like, "Hey, where are you going? What did she say to you? What's going on?"
Okay. You are trying to talk to this the mechanical thing. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Then, because it is not sentient or alive, but it is a mechanical device, let's see. What can we use? Give me shoot. I think it's just going to be. It's not like there's mechanics. Investigation. I'll make it an investigation roll with this to see, because you are speaking to it and it's not answering you back.
I'm anticipating that it has some intelligence of some kind. I don't know if I'm right, but that's my expectation.
Okay.
And I rolled an 8 plus 4 is 12.
Okay. You you start to buzz along with it, and it moves. I like the fact I was building I've got like a little clock of wins and successes that I was like, oh, let's see when she releases the fire or the hummingbird, or maybe not. And then you're like, oh, she releases it. Okay, cool.
Marcus, did you hack clocks into D&D?
I did, and so it kind of twitters around, and you are kind of budging it and humming at it as much as you can, and you can speak with animals, but this is a mechanical device, and you see it kind of catch your vision a bit. You see it the firefly light gleam in its eyes, and then it banks to the right, and it takes off, and it is very, very fast, and it is ahead of you as it makes its way towards the outside of the tent. And then I will say we are on a 10-minute break with that.
Woo. All right.
So with that, yeah, we see the hummingbird bolt out, and you boys are building up a distraction, and I will see you back here at 9:15.
All right.
Woo!
Whoa!
Whoa.
And I will see the rest of this chat back here at 9:15.
Oh, yes.
But you probably will be.
We will see you very soon.
Do you put the Twitch on a pause during these breaks?
Yes.
About that.
All right, hello, everyone. Music down. Players back up and see what else happens on a Deeplington episode of this Deeplington episode of Aternium Road. Marcus, up to you now.
Shenanigans.
Hmm.
So, why do you think I called them the hands of shenanigans? Shenanigans are happening, is what we're doing. So, the mechanical message bird, the tweet that Lady Scallion has sent off, banks right and left right and is flying out towards the entranceway of this big arena, and with glitter firefly giving chase, and you boys are about to put on some sort of distraction to make your way into the VIP area.
Before that
Yeah,
happens-
try to impress people.
Before that happens,
Oh yeah.
I look to Rognobble and Durgan, and I pull out my notebook and I ask each of you, hey, I don't know if this is a weird time to ask this, but what's something that you're very proud of yourself?
I get stuff done. You know, people need something, I make it work. I think that's the best thing about me. That's about the only great thing about me. But it's it's something.
Yeah, cool. And as you say that, you start to feel like confident. You're like, oh yeah, yeah, I get shit done. Yes, and you're feeling a lot more confident.
Nice. All right.
Um,
Nice.
I'm casting heroism on you,
Ooh.
and I'm also casting this on Rognobble. It technically gives you extra HP, but I'm also saying it gives you confidence.
Yeah, fearless makes you immune to fear.
Mm-hmm,
It's awesome.
Rognobble,
It's
what about you?
Ragnar would share just, I think, briefly of the discoveries of magic on the recent journey. Just how he's still delighted by it because it's it's still kind of new, and he lived a life of mundane, kind of quiet, like disillusionment before this, and he's all excited about the fact that here magic is real, and so yeah,
Cool.
sharing that enthusiasm.
Cool.
Proud of that. He's proud of that. He's proud of that he was able to whip these things out of his ass during duress.
Yeah, you almost feel like you're growing a third eye at the moment.
Right.
So you can see even more.
There it is. Very nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, you are all you all took a sip of Eggshen's potion of heroism. You're feeling good. You're feeling fired up. You're feeling confident. And of Six Petals fills you up with heroism. So
let's go backstage.
All right, we're into it. We'll just make a huge scene and just like be all
Smoke bombs.
just awesome. And he'll drop
Okay.
the smoke bomb. I'll throw a glitter bomb. It'll go back and forth between dark and light as the history of Deeplington is revealed, and symbolic and imagery. And there's nothing actually representative. It's all, but it has deep meaning for anyone who's like a native who really gets they're really deep into.
Yeah, all these people that have been dancing or singing or being with oratory performance of their guilds just shut the fuck up. As the history of Deeplington comes alive in full pyrotechnic Trans-Siberian Orchestra majesty in front of them.
I'll do that as a help to Rognobble. So like,
okay,
that's my support, and then you run with it with advantage, right?
Yep, means to run with advantage with it, and
whoops. Okay, I'm just sorry. I'm just seeing that the smoke powder. I don't think he quite realized what it did. He thought it was more like smoke bomb, but it actually has an explosive quality to it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Whoops. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's just part of his chaos, anyways. He's just like smoke bombs, and it's like it just stuff goes off. People are diving onto the floor. and cheering. So give me Rognabel.
Hi.
Please give me a Arcana check. We're gonna do that instead of performance for you to get into
Nice.
There we go.
into this
13.
space.
Does it get advantage with my help?
Oh yes, you'll be rolling with advantage. So you'll roll twice, take the best.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Have a digital dice. Oh, that blows. That eats goblin wang. Okay, so 13.
Yeah. It isn't perfect, probably because there's explosions.
Yeah.
Going off, and but you see the large animatronic of the skeletal figure, and you see this big banner name above it. Says she's wearing like this banner across like a its body says Mr. Nobody. Is you see the mechanic starts to
What?
cheer along and tip its hat to you. That you could tell that the woman in charge of the animatronic is going along with this
Nice.
this feat. And in any other situation, this would be incredibly dangerous. But this is almost like Supper Club Performance Amsterdam. People are like, "Oh, unsafe work conditions. We love this. This is hilarious. Explosions going off. This is obviously the best prank ever."
Early
And,
SRL.
Yes.
yeah, it's completely SRL.
Right. Oh my God,
Yeah.
definitely. We are
Crash worship style going
Yes.
up,
Oh.
and people are totally into it.
Cool.
And some, of course, are probably pissed, but fuck them. Ding and Dong come running over to you, being kind of arcane mechanics themselves, and they're like, "Oh, wowie zowie, that was incredible!" And it was like, I mean, that's better than I had planned. And you see Ding. She holds kind of this little this flask, and you see this kind of thunderous electricity in it, like, oh, I was gonna toss this up, but I'm gonna save this for later. I can't top you with that show. This is incredible. And she kind of puts that back on this little bandolier she has of like 3 of them. And
Well, I'll trade you.
Yeah. We're like, yeah, we'll take one of those.
You know what? Yeah,
Maybe
sure.
we
Come
can use it.
on. Let me introduce you to the gang. Come on into the tent. And she clips off one and hands you one and hands Durgan one.
Nice.
She says, "Yeah, it's a fair trade. I got this from we got this from the guys that we worked for. It's the strangest thing. Sounds just like you. Has this weird accent like you have, Durgan."
No way.
What?
Yeah, he had a bunch of these things. This is called some kind of like thunder bombs or something like that. He said he made them. He made them back in his shop.
Nice. Oh no way. That's that's very familiar.
All right, well, come on through, and they start to bring you on through, and you go up into the VIP area, literally the green room, because there's just this lush green mound that the caravan tent is on, and big green kind of maypole. The things are hanging everywhere, and this is kind of this is where the performers are. This is where everybody is, and maybe a few special friends are here, but Lady Scallion, you can see that her caravan is still closed. The light is on in the caravan, but one of the windows is open. So speaking of the open window and flying, glitter firefly, you see this thing take off. We're in Top Gun moment. You see the MiG like flying, and you're in you're the firefly behind it. Fireflies don't fly as fast as hummingbirds, nor do they fly in straight lines. They kind of zip around and flutter and whatnot. So, and especially now with explosions and smoke going off, you're kind of like, oh God. So what are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to keep up. I'm zipping. I'm dodging explosions. I'm doing my best to go in a straight line, but I find myself inadvertently doing like loop-de-loops from time to time.
Right. As the concussive force of wind is throwing you around. All right.
But I do spot below
Mhm.
the three fellas I left behind a while ago, and I'm like, oh hey, what are they doing? So I decide to descend and check in on them.
Okay. You see the hummingbird like goes
It's a
boom,
frost pause.
and take off, and you spindle towards them, and
I
you
spin towards
join them.
I'm like, there's no chance I'm ever catching up with that hummingbird.
Yeah, it kicks into high gear and takes off.
I'm still curious about it. It's still in my mind, but I'm like, oh hey, people I know. So I decided to stop by.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So you flutter down, and do you pop back? And I believe if you do, I mean, you will. You're going to need a rest if you want to turn into other creatures again, because I mean,
I'm not totally sure now is a prudent time to become anything other than a bug if everything
right. No. Yeah.
So
Yeah, you got an hour of this. You're fine.
It may suit me fine to stay small for the moment.
Right. Yeah, you can do this. You can do this twice before you need to take a rest. And in our game, I'm shortening, like the short rest in D&D is 8 hours, and I'm shortening that to just you need like about an hour downtime before you need to stretch, take a breather, maybe eat some lunch.
Okay.
So you kind of flutter down. Everybody's kind of cheering and hooting and hollering. The band that was on like stage 2 is kind of bummed because no one's paying attention to them. And the murmurers are like, they're murmuring away like, harumph, harumph, harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy. And you make your way to the green room, or the green area. And people are crowding around you. Some of the other characters that you had met are there with you. Probably not Calliope. He's the young guy, so he's like out there working the crowd. They're like, no. But the upper echelon of the camp is here. So what are you all doing? Everybody's kind of shaking your hand, greeting you, offering you drinks and canapes, because I love canapes. So they are offering you canapes and cocktails and whatnot, and probably illicit imbibements.
Well, we're officially celebrities now, so let's go. And I lead the charge, walking straight into the backstage.
Does Rocknumble have the book, by the way, or was I holding it? I would say I hope we're keeping that hidden, because that's like intellectual property right now, and we're surrounded by a bunch of vampire engineers.
Well, you know that even though you can read his book, if he presents it to you, nobody can take your storybook and open it.
Right.
Got it. Yeah, we find a corner and still is like wanting to share it, and sharing it with Devin, with Six Petals, and Glitterfly. Are you back in humanoid form?
No,
I'm actually sitting on top of your hat, and you don't even know.
You see this beautiful, like the rest of you can see it. There's this cool little glinting mote of light that's on Rognoble's very, very tall hat. Yes, exactly,
nice.
Exactly
Here
like
we
that.
Perfect. Well done. Nice.
Oh, Glitterfly!
Oh, I stepped on that weird dot. What was that? Oh,
what was that? Maybe Midge every now and then kind of barks at it, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. And she probably would get a little testy. Well, she can listen, but she can't talk, right?
Oh no. Then they get a little bit of the glimpse of the weird alchemical centrifuge.
Right.
Discovery.
Yeah. So all of you see this. Yeah, this big strange device that is both kind of diesel punky mechanic, but also alchemical, and it seems to be actually. Ragnar, give me an Arcana roll, and you can roll with help since everybody's kind of looking at it, and everybody here is pretty magical. So
Yeah,
roll with advantage for Arcana.
Jeez. Okay. 4 + 4 is 8.
You get one more.
Okay. So, do it again. Okay, with advantage, right? Okay, cool. And just a note about the. Well, I don't know if my character would know this or not. Here, hang on a second. Well, there we go. All right, 21.
Oh, geez. Okay, yeah. You see as you're going through some of the blueprint on it, and in some of the writing, possibly the writing that your guild has. It's kind of like alchemical shorthand. Like doctors have their form of writing. You can see that there are different chambers that lock in devices where the tubes go, and there are your vision is clearing, or your memory is returning to you, and you see things like a chamber for the mantle, a chamber for the sandal, a chamber for the squeeze box, and all around this thing that gets locked in.
Mm-hmm.
So you're surmising that this is something that the artifacts would get put into and then somehow liquefied.
Whoa. Okay. Extract their vital essence.
Vital essence.
I do like a history check or something, kind of look over his shoulder and like kind of get a sense of what this. I mean, I think I already know. I can guess what this thing does. Like it's like a containment unit for a ghost, like to capture Zool, kind of like
traps clean. Traps.
That's my instinct.
Lights green, traps clean.
Yeah. So.
Give me a history.
All right.
I mean, I'm going to probably give you a fairly good target number, but.
Oh, okay. Let's see. It's 14. I think. Yeah.
No, what you're surmising from it is that it's meant to almost magically pulverize what is ever inside those slots and then turn it into an alchemical essence, but you don't know why or what it would do after that.
Ooh. Okay.
So as you're all sitting around, and in fact, probably Ding and Dong are coming over because they see you studying stuff, and Dong loves blueprints. He's like, hey, what is that? What is that over there? And he's kind of his big kind of like the ancient beings from Dark Crystal, where their nose is almost like a snout, kind of is pointing. Trying to flip with his snout at your book. What do you got over there?
What race are they again?
They're gnomes.
So I have Midgie.
They're giant bobbleheads with these little bodies, these petite bodies.
Huh.
I sick Midge on him and get Midge to just bark. Midge won't bite him, but Midge
right. He barks, and he's like, whoa, hold it, settle down there, Tin One. Oh my goodness gracious!
I'm like, calm down, Midge, calm down. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. There I go again. Sticking this old nostril in other people's smells.
Midgie's just very protective. It's my apologies. I just can't always control her.
Yeah. Hey,
beautiful though, right? I'll try to distract him again with have Midgie do some tricks and.
All right.
Right.
Has
this thing been used? Has this instrument been used? Does it look like anything they've liquefied any of these artifacts yet?
No.
Or does it look fresh?
Wrong, Nobble. I'll take a little bit.
Would I be able to ascertain that from these?
You remember that it was an experimental idea, and that's why it was kind of voted down. It was like we can do something with this, and some of the guild said leave things as it be. The others were like, that's some old religious flim flam. We're people of science, we don't, and so it was never sanctioned or activated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it sounds like it was never carried through. They never activated this thing. They built it,
Right.
They just
You helped build it, actually.
Yeah. Oh dear. Uh-oh. Yeah.
That's
So
what you were doing all that time. Oh, you kept saying you were going down to have drinks. I didn't realize you were building a doomsday device.
So what do you, Glitterfly? What are you doing besides being on top of his hat? You do see just it's definitely less crowded here for sure. It is. You are among the kind of the cool kids, and but give me a perception, actually. Since you're on top of his hat, you pay the more attention. So roll it with advantage. So basically, roll it twice, and you take the best result.
Thank you for clarifying the definition. So 5 plus 3 equals 8. And let's do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this time I got a 14 plus 3 equals 17.
Yeah, and I rolled a 17. Very good. You see, you just see like a crack of the window of Lady Scallion's cart open up, just the window, and you catch her looking out, and then going, "No shit." And she kind of like closes the window because she catches your party out there, and she's like, "Oh shit." And then you see a door open, and you hear this person whistle, and you see a few others kind of come over, and she speaks to him, and then you see a door, or you hear a door close, and a few of the a few of the camp members of the Hands of Shenanigans are kind of grabbing drinks and mingling, but they seem to be mingling heading towards your way.
Uh-oh.
Is it like a back room at all?
Not necessarily. It's more that this is just a big open campground that's been laid down with sod to make it look like a big meadow that everybody's hanging out in.
But are there like carts that have like, coverings and stuff like that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, there's a few that are of the other kind of camp members. They have their stuff set up here. It's not too many, but there's enough that are high up enough that they get to park here too.
Because I want to go off and see if I can find dirt.
Some dirt. Besides the dirt that you're sitting on. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and you start to go do a little bit of wandering. What are the rest of you doing? You see your friend kind of get up, grab his glass because he believes that people don't lie to him when he has a cocktail in his hand, and start to move.
What do you say, Derek? Should we engage folks here so we don't seem too obvious? That we have
too obvious. Yeah, making your way here with explosions and smoke, and now you have this glowing light on the top of your hat.
Like, hey.
Can we talk to Ding and Dong are like kind of allies, right? They're buddies.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm like, hey, Ding Dong, we got some trouble. We got some bad news coming, and if you could help us, it'd be.
What kind of trouble?
We'd greatly appreciate. You see that? And I assume I kind of get the clue that like they're coming at us. I kind of give them a nod to them and just say, just make it a little difficult for them to get to us, huh?
What, Birdie?
Yeah.
No, come on. Birdie and Ham, those are good people. They're probably just coming over to hang out with the new friends. You guys should probably join up our camp. I think I'll throw a word in for you.
Well, that'd be nice. Yeah, it's just I don't know these people. Put in a good word for me then. Yeah. My persuasion is terrible, so I don't know how well this is.
Yeah, give me a persuasion.
I'm gonna roll and see how bad he talks. Oh,
I talk bad.
I got a crit.
Holy crap!
Yeah, so that's like a 22 or something. Yeah, he's actually persuasive for once. This is
yeah, let's see.
Like definitely put in a good word for us. Like, hey, we're cool. Don't freak out. Give us some cover. That kind of deal.
Okay. And in fact, Ding, she says, no problem, sweetheart. And she kind of gives you this look. She's got a little bit of a glint in her giant eyes.
All Right. She's like a keen painting.
Yeah, that's what gnomes are. They're just
Yeah.
these weird little keen paintings of gelflings.
Yes.
Yeah, they go over to talk to him, more to be like, hey, just to not block him, but to say everything's cool and whatnot. What's up, what's going on, And it seems like they're fine. You'd probably have to do an insight to get an idea of what they're really talking about. But
I could do that.
they're-
I'll roll an insight.
Okay.
Insight's not terrible.
Ow.
What is it? Sorry, 14 plus 4, 18.
Oh, easy enough. You're getting the sense that they are speaking about that they were recommended to come over from Lady Scallion to keep an eye on you guys.
Oh, all right. Well,
But
yeah.
Ding and Dong are saying, well, we're doing the same thing, meaning we're
Right.
just hanging out with them. Everything's cool. If anything goes on, hey, Nutsy and Bolts is around. He's fine, And so yeah, that's what you get from there.
All right, I'll let Rox know. I'll let him know. Okay, I think we're all right. I think now we just got to figure out a way to ditch these two.
And you are all getting up and thinking of mingling Meadows. You're thinking of roaming around and getting dirt and rumor mill, and Glitter Firefly. You're on the hat. Then what are you going to be doing?
So where is Rognobble going right now?
Right now, Rog said he was going to get up and kind of mingle with the crowd and kind of blend in and just seem normal, because at first it was like you all came in and said, "What's up? We're the shit. Check us out." Now let's go over into this little corner over here and look at this book suspiciously. And
Right?
we should get up and start to mingle.
Yeah, we need to mingle with the crowd here.
So I'm gonna zip by Rognobble's ear and be like, "Hey, it's me. I'm here with you."
Like, oh, got it. Okay, so now I know. Like, all right.
Okay.
I've made you aware of my presence. I'm like,
So
hey,
you've got you're
go
basically
ahead.
like the stealthy one. You're
Right.
the secret thing, because their eyes are on these three. Nobody notices you.
Right. I'm just a stupid fuck.
Right.
Yeah,
Just a
you're
special
just a-
effect.
You're just a cool ass little bug floating around in all of this. In fact, you're probably just some tracer effect to somebody's trip, so they don't realize. Okay, so you have Glitterfly with you in this little tiny form. If you ever need some like stealth, some eyes and ears, to kind of sneak off and do your thing while you guys are mingling with the crowd. Okay. Then we'll cut to of Six Petals. Where you headed to?
As I was walking away, I do a quick message cantrip to everybody and say that the code word is chrysanthemum if you need backup. Yell it as loud as you can.
Chrysanthemum is the code. Is the
Who's
we're in
he?
Trouble.
Who's he? Who's this chrysanthemum guy?
Hey, who's this Chrysanthemum guy?
He sounds awesome.
I just
All
wanted
right.
them to have a code word in case stuff
Yeah.
went bad and they needed to back up.
Okay. Right, and then you're kind of mingling around, or
Yeah,
you're trying to get dirt.
I kind of wanted to like rummage through some of the like parts and stuff like that. I'm looking for like logs or ledgers or things like that.
Well, I would see that would have to be in Lady Scallion's thing. She seems to be the leader of this. So if you could work your way in there, you could.
Okay.
Just
That's
so that
cool.
way you don't waste your time going like, I look in this person's tents and I go like,
Yeah.
oh, make a roll. There's nothing in there.
I would never imagine that's where we would go with this.
Right, and be like, oh, it's an empty room. Okay. And you walk and it's an empty room.
So is it like being heavily guarded?
No.
Okay. So
Nah.
I could just kind of stealth in.
You could. And as a, because by now what she would be doing. Actually, give me a roll with your just roll and add your charisma modifier.
Ouch. That's a 6 + 3, 9.
9. Okay. She actually steps out. She steps out of the thing, and she gets a drink off the tray, and you see that she is mingling in the crowd as well. But with a 9, I would say that she then locks her cart and then mingles with the crowd.
So she clocked me and
No,
saw
she didn't
me
clock you.
Okay.
She knows that all of you are at the in the VIP area, and she probably is like, all right, if I got to leave my stuff, I'm gonna keep it secure. And you could see her, it's like a big old skeleton key thing. She can locks it up and pops it into her little bodice, and then gets out into the crowd to hang out. And everybody is, it's just Sycophant Village. Yeah, they're just like, oh, Lady Scallion, and she's just laughing away. And now she looks like she's relaxing and enjoying herself. And and grabbing a couple drinks and kind of mixing with everybody here.
Is there perhaps a foolish, zealous party goer amongst her crew that would be easy for me to go talk to?
Of course. Of course, yes.
I want the sickest of sycophants.
Yeah. And by talking to them, like, this whole operation was this, in their eyes, this big prank and joke. So it's not like they're taking it heavily seriously. This is not like a Cold War trade secrets things. We're not doing Born Identity. This is just people at a party. That's all. So yeah, I will. I'll have you frame up a scene with somebody or a couple people in a second. And I will cut back to Ragnar Bill and crew.
All right, Derek, what do you think? Are we drawing blanks here?
Well, I'm thinking we schmooze up with these. Ding and dong. Looks like they can hook us up. So maybe we kind of get in good with them, and then play nice. Maybe they'll even let us in on what the next job is. Maybe they got another prank.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
So kind of schmooze up to them and try to, by way of introduction from Ding and Dong, maybe get to know these people that are kind of thinking they got to keep an eye on us. Well, we'll just go right at them and let them know exactly who they're talking to.
Right. Yeah. People I've in fact done that, where people had some ill intent, and you just step right up and they're like, catch them off guard.
Right. It's like, I'm a human being.
You think you are.
Yeah. Sure. And we'll try to be, charm offensive, as charming as we can be.
Okay. So you three start to move forward. They're all around. You could see Ding, Dong, Ham, Birdie, whatever names I'm giving these people. and
it's canon. Everything you say is canon.
Yeah, Cousin Cricket, Cheese, all those folks are there. And and you three come up, and they're in the same kind of group as Lady Scallion. In fact, she's kind of holding court. She's she's just talking about what they're thinking of doing within the next coming season, some performances and ideas that they've got, and everybody is excited and happy, and kind of all kind of sitting crisscross applesauce, listening to what she's saying, and everybody has cocktails and canapes and all of that good stuff. So what are you three doing?
Is there any kind of magic around, like any obvious
give me an arcana.
Yeah. 9 and 14.
You get a sense that it's not a very potent magic, but a little bit of magic in these yellow cocktails.
Ah, interesting. I won't drink them. Okay. And I will advise. It's not good for goblins. Don't touch it.
You do have extra HP. In case
That's when Glitter flies like, Oh, I'm not a goblin.
Like a bird feeder to her. Yeah.
All right.
I wonder
Okay.
if I could mess with these drinks. Being with the alchemist, I have a gosh, what is it? It's like a damn. Yeah, the alchemy jug.
Oh yeah, you can make anything.
Well, no, that's for making different substances. There's one that can make like magical kind of.
You can make
fluid,
beer,
like,
wine. Yeah, that's alchemy jug. It makes wine, and
yeah,
there's different mounts.
that had
depending.
more of like a magical effect of like just, in the name of chaos.
Ooh.
Or throwing something into the drinks or.
Trying to edge toward like where we might be able to see into her.
Yeah.
So we can see where this mantle might be and just look for clues. That would be if we could maybe edge toward that, or if one of us could.
Okay. Yeah. That is. So you're going to try to
just kind of keep my eye out and see if I can kind of surreptitiously look around, essentially, and try to scope out where the mantle might be.
And I'm thinking of casting. Wondering if there's a way of casting something onto the drinks.
Oh, I don't know. You make them glow. You can make the drinks glow. You can cast light on them.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, because I don't think I'm like high enough level to be able to do anything that's particularly. Like,
no, we're not.
You
that
do,
cool.
And this. I'm gonna pitch this as a fellow writer of the story. If you are looking around for mantle and clue, it definitely wouldn't be. She wouldn't be handling it on her.
Yeah.
But you do have a little glowing being near you that could sneak off while you are distracting lady.
Yes.
Yeah, glitter. How do we communicate with you when you're like this? Can we just like whisper to hear us?
Yeah, she can hear us.
I can hear. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely hear you because I'm like right next to your head.
Yeah, well, you're in the best position to zip off and go explore it. Like,
we'll point the way.
Yeah, much like what Six Petals is doing, is trying to get into.
Her,
Did a firefly fly into a keyhole?
Yeah.
Just have to go like.
What?
So that seems pretty obvious there.
Okay. Cool. But besides that, you said you're trying to cast something onto the drink.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if there was something. I was kind of seeing if there was something I could kind of like affect on the drinks, just to kind of further like dismay people or put them in more of a reverie or more drunken or more distracted. Right? Yeah.
If I have 10 minutes, I'm going to try to detect magic as a ritual and just like try to get a little more sense of just get that going.
Okay. Okay. So I will go ahead and first we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna cut to glitterfish flying into a keyhole, and then we'll go with actually basically meeting up with Devin at the thing. Okay. So give me detect magic and. Scott, I'm trying to look at some of your
I know, right?
Your what do you call it?
You have inventory
cantrips,
right?
That might
do
some fun stuff with this, but I don't think there's anything that would transmute anything.
There's prestidigitation would, but that's not.
No,
you're not gonna be able to make it a different drug or whatever.
Something that has a bit of a like dismay or confusion.
Don't roofie people, please.
The goblin, he's just like, hey, he's just sort of like, hey,
Yeah, let the party.
Yeah, he's here to he has a goal.
Yeah, and there's stuff that comes out of your hat randomly too. So I mean,
yeah.
So since there's not anything necessarily defined, I will say that if you reach in your hat and pull something out, I'm going to have you make a roll. If it is successful, then I will let you determine what minor effect can happen with these drinks. And then if you fail, I'll pick something.
I love it. Perfect.
Okay.
Fantastic.
So first I go with Durgan Lurch. You have your detect magic.
Yeah, I have it going just to
Okay.
see. It'll last for I think
Right.
10 minutes or so.
It's a sense of it's almost like it's not a very powerful charm spell. It's almost like a spell of friends, and it is part of the nature of this cocktail. It's not anything she brewed up, and it doesn't have the effect of friends where you become friends with this person and then an hour later or
They hate you. Yeah,
they hate you. It's more
Right.
that more like a lot of alcohol. It's you are a bit more susceptible to this person's
Right.
flim flammery, and
Right.
yeah. So that's it. It just lets your inhibitions down, but it does not make you drunk or high or anything like that. It
just makes you kind of susceptible to suggestion.
Yeah.
Right. I get it.
And so that's why she's talking a lot about like, here's what we have going forward. Here's some things we're doing. And, some stuff gets pretty expensive. And so of course we're going to have friends of our troop, pitch in, and of course there's quite a few people that you can look around and see that there are well-to-do folks who would love to invest in this troop.
So this is the cult leader that Glitterfish wants to be. Like this is this is you've met.
Yes.
You've met
yes, this is.
Right.
Yeah, this is. Okay. And Scott, you are going to make me an Arcana roll.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. See what happens.
No,
here.
for Scott. Sorry, not Durgan.
Scott.
Scott. Yeah.
And is it? Oh, 12.
Oh, okay.
Meh.
Can I help?
Well, you were busy with your thing here.
That's true.
Unfortunately.
Can't help you.
So let's see. I'm gonna roll there and give me a roll here. Oh, that's not bad at all. So, you whip something out of your top hat, and you're the only one that can see it. It's a finger comes out, like a pointing hand comes out, and at the end of this pointing hand, it's almost like like Glove from Sergeant Pepper, the Yellow Submarine. And there's this glove kind of floating in the air, and instead of a hole where you would put your hand in, it's almost like a speaker. And you recognize this as a message spell. So you can speak into this, point the finger to the person you would like to get the message to, whisper into it, and then the message goes into that person's ear.
Right. Huh. Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So right now it just kind of floats around. It'll last a while. So if you want to use it in a little bit, we can get back to you. But if you want to use it now, you can go right ahead.
Yeah, let me think of what
okay.
what we want to put in there.
Okay. Yeah. So there's just this floating hand or glove is pointing there, and then we got to the caravan, and you see 6 Petals. You see as you're making your way towards there, you see the telltale sign of Glitterfly zipping in a not so straight line back and forth.
I send a message cantrip to Glitterfish and say, "Hey, check out the keyhole. Scallion locked it up. There's got to be something important in there."
Well,
I don't think you can respond. It's just like a little telepathic blip.
Yeah, it kind of pops into your.
I fly in a check mark motion that's glowing.
Love it.
I love that. That's your language. You're just like, oh yeah, I got this. Check. You fly towards it. You see the keyhole. It's as I described, a very big kind of skeleton key lock. So it's this oversized keyhole. But just for the hell of it, give me a athletics check to fly into a keyhole.
That I don't accidentally fly into the wall, which is something I might do.
Wouldn't that be acrobatics?
Oh, you're right. Thank you. Acrobatics.
That is, yes. Okay.
You're right. I always forget about acrobatics.
I got a 15.
Wonderful. You beautifully zip and zag and dive and then whoop into the hole, and you were inside her caravan. And it's actually pretty lush in here, and it's exactly what you would think her caravan would look like. It is extremely decorative and beautiful, and tricked out with kind of big hanging plants and everything. And she does have one of those roll down desks, and you see the box that you saw before that held the hummingbird missive, and it's open and empty. So what do you do?
So I know that we're looking for secrets. So I start looking in all of the places that people hide their secrets. So beeline to her firefly line, right to the sock drawer, obviously. And I fly into the sock drawer. I'm looking for anything suspicious.
Okay. And you're going to try to pull that open with your little firefly self.
Well, I'm going to try to just right in.
Okay. Yeah. Give me another acrobatics.
Okay. 12.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You kind of zip and land, and then kind of shimmy your light butt in and get into there, and you kind of are holding your light butt up like a little torch light, you're creeping around in there. And yeah, I would say in this drawer there is another, it's kind of this little bejeweled box, and you can see it also has like another one of those little smaller keyholes in it, and smaller than you are as a firefly. It's meant for a much tinier key, but it is there, and it looks out of place because this is, as you said, like a socks and unmentionable drawer, and there's just this beautifully ornate box inside of it. I'm going to cut to the outside where Six Petals is. What are you doing? You're kind of leaning against, and as you see the firefly zip in.
I was hunting down a sycophant.
Right, sycophant. Correct. There is, in fact, two that are there, and two members of the camp, some more young or new members who are actually kind of against, against the little fence, or not fence. I should say it's probably like this silken rope over there, and they're just kind of chit-chatting and talking, and one of them managed to sneak a half of a drink over, and they're kind of sipping that a bit. You walk up to him.
Before I walk up to him, I pour a little bit of my drink out just to make it look like I've drank some of it.
Yeah.
And then,
you're getting wily to the ways, I see.
This is not my first party.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't drink. I'm pretending to drink to seem normal because I'm pretending to be a human or whatever.
A thing.
I walk up to them and I'm like, oh, hello. My name is Everest Bloom. I'm the memoirist to the Alabaster Duke. Perhaps you've read my work. I published that piece about the dwarf that married the cloud. Perhaps you've heard of me.
The dwarf that married the cloud. Give me a performance.
17.
Oh, Actually, yes. One of them totally does remember your book, and it was quite magical to them. And then let's see, when did she? Yes, she introduces herself as Cloud, and she says, "Oh, Mr. Bloom, you're so much taller than I would have pictured from the details in your book. Yes, I remember reading that. Oh, what are you doing here at this party? Are you going to be one of the investors?"
Oh no, I'm just finding news stories. I've been talking with Lady Scallion about writing a piece about the Hands of Shenanigans.
Mm.
I was thinking about the title again and Shenanigan.
God damn it.
And I've been hearing all about this war of the pranks, and I thought it would be a great lead for the story to talk about the gallant efforts the gallant efforts of foolery. And
Mm-hmm.
I wanted some some documentation of for those that were there.
I know. We're hoping to get into some tomfoolery. I mean, we haven't been into anything like that in a while. I mean, the performances are fun, but we're just sitting here guarding while the rest of them mingle and gather up money. I mean, some things are essential, but geez, I want some good pranks, some good shenanigans.
What about the rich kid? Didn't you crash the party?
And the kind of heavier set one next to he who is oh, actually, he's a big boy. He's a Goliath, and he's like this big, tall, 7 foot, but much heavier set being, with this voluntarily strangely shaved head into these ornate patterns like clouds. Who introduced himself as Thunder, so it's Thunder and Cloud, and Thunder says, "Oh yeah, that." That was a blast. We got paid to get drunk and go to a party of some one of the members of the muck, one of the mucky muck. And then we just had to perform. Oh boy! And then took one of his wares. Oh, I bet you he's steamed as a muffin right now.
Did you see it? Did you see the prize?
Yeah. We did. It was some kind of it was like a crown, but like it was just like some big hat crown. It was like a gold thing. It almost looked like a bird cage you'd wear on your head.
Oh, did somebody try wearing it?
No. Lady Scallion said for no other reason. It's only going to the client, and nobody's supposed to pop it on their head. Meant for him.
Oh, so you're selling it.
Well, I think we sold it. We got this gig. We got the prime spot. We got a lawn. I mean, we got some good money for it. I think she talked to this other muck guy. It's probably, how the mucks are. They get together and they always want to outdo one another. So they're obviously pulling some kind of big prank. And hey, man, I am down for the foolery.
Did it pay pretty well?
Real well.
This must be one of the muckiest.
He's got to be one of the muckiest. Some new guy, I guess. I don't know any of those names. I don't follow politics. Voting. Remember, please vote. God, please vote.
You don't remember a name at all? That's such a fascinating detail.
Give me a luck. Roll and add your charisma. I don't know if somebody this young or one of the new kids would have gotten
a 13. My charisma's 3, so 16.
Oof, just hit it. I went higher than I thought I was going to. You got 16. I don't know. He's like some noble or something, or he called himself noble. I don't know. I mean, we don't got royalty here. Everybody here is a bureaucrat who's in charge of shit.
Are you saying that the noble's the name?
I guess it must be. We don't got. I mean, we got tons of rich people who work their way into the arts or take away the arts. I don't care what they do as long as they're paying for our art.
That's funny. That a noble named Noble. That sounds like if you had a clown named Clown or somebody.
Wait a second. He looks at Cloud. Cloud said, "A clown named Clown."
Or
Huh.
a loud talker named Thunder. Thank you.
Right.
Pat him on the back and walk away.
Yeah. We cut to.
We should probably go ahead and take a break.
You read my mind because that's exactly what I was about to say.
We are one.
The voice in the sky. When we get back, I'm going to cut to Rognobble and Durgan Lurch as they mingle and get closer to Lady Scallion. We'll see what's happening then when I cut to Glitterfly's torch butt. And we'll see where we go from there, getting some more secrets. So I will see you all in 10 minutes, 10:21.
Hello, everyone. We are back. Thank you so much to Turbo Drive and DNA Lounge for supporting the stream. What an amazingly cool ad they gave us to show. It was hella cool, totally slick, turbo radness.
Really, really fun synthwave party.
Oh, yeah, synthwave. And we're going to be, that's happening on every
good.
second and fourth Friday of the month at DNA Lounge. You can see it online at those times. They got drinks you can order, have them delivered, all that kind of stuff.
You can get the Dame Harlow there.
Oh, the Dame Harlow, of course. A drink themed for our character and another sequence run for the Aternium Road. The Dame Harlow. She's delicious. All right, Marcus.
Comfortable with that.
This is the creepy disembodied voice. It's like a blackberry.
I'm just saying.
Drink.
It's a good drink, for goodness sakes.
She makes the drink.
I mean, what the harumph. So as we have returned, we're in the home stretch of this second of 3 episodes of the Troubles Deep Within Deeplington, and we have come back. As I said, I am going to cut over to Rognobble and Durgan Lurch as they are mingling around near Lady Scallion, and then I will jump over to Firefly Spy. So, Rognobble and Durgan Lurch, you are in the same kind of collective group that Lady Scallion is speaking to. She is basically drumming up money or fundraising, and this is the fundraising portion of the of the party. And she's kind of making her pitch about she's saying everybody's probably noticed we've got some new improvements. The camp is getting bigger, friends are coming, and we're getting enough to be able to add more to the camp. We'd love for you to join us for a fee of, and she speaks about the storybooks, and storybooks of all experiences are welcome. You see a few people like hold up storybooks, if you kind of take a bite out of storybooks and kind of drift off in the experiences of eating these things, and she just kind of prattles on about some new projects that they've got coming up that maybe people can be part of if, at a certain tier, if people donate, they can be part of this experience, or you can just be friend of the camp and pay for our vacations, and things like that. So So that's what she is doing. What are the both of you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to get in good with the gnomes and try to establish myself as a maker who can like actually will be one of the useful people in the camp. So not the kind of person they want to get money from, but the person they could probably exploit really well. I'm used to this, working on cars. That's just basically how it would be. So he's going to try to bring himself in there, but he's also going to use the distraction of her kind of doing the money raising to get an eyeball in on what's going on with our dragonfly.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, and in fact, Ding and Dong are talking to you about all the cool stuff, and they're like, "Oh, you love cars? You should check out the Zephyr." And they kind of point to, carriage jalopy thing, and and like that guy is one of our big investors, and I think he's got the hots for Lady Scallion, but he's probably trying to show off with that car. But she'll probably be zipping around in it by the end of. I think he calls it a jalopy.
Yeah, it's a nice jalopy. I saw it from afar. I wanted to get a look at that.
And and Rog Noble, what are you doing?
What was that? What was our of a mind were we on the message?
Well, we're thinking of hyping things up a bit, right?
Right. Yeah. Okay. On that one. Yeah. So I think that was getting the folks, pulling them out, letting them think that there's a. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but kind of hyping them up. There's a finale happening out in the main room, or some sort of large performance is getting ready to happen.
Okay.
To get people out of the VIP room.
Right. Nice.
Right.
Okay. For the hell of it, I'm going to say that the message is one of those things that is for one target person, but give me an Arcana roll. I'm going to see you. Right. I want to see you split the difference on this bad boy.
Oh, all right, 15.
Nice. There it is. Okay. Yeah. You see the glove point. You whisper. What is the message you're whispering into it to tell people?
Right, of a performance of penultimate amazing.
Come on, Levkov, you're a barker. Get it going. Give me the good stuff.
Right. Make way, heads to the main floor for the finale performance. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you say that, the glove then becomes two hands pointed, and then it opens up, and it's almost like the 500 fingers of Dr. T. Mm-hmm. There's all these other fingers like open up and then shoot off, much like a lot of goblin magic. It's very whimsical and strange, and it splinters off and digs into people's ears, and kind of gives them a wet willy of a message. And did you also send one to Lady Scallion?
Gosh.
Or just to like the fundraisers, and I mean
kind of like a bunch of the crew. Like folks that were assigned to watch us and such.
Okay.
Just walking around and standing
and the message was like, Lady Scallion invites you.
Right. So so with that, give me a persuasion, and you've got kind of a help action from your friends. So roll twice, take the best result.
Okay, persuasion. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh, my charisma is not the best, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, that's a 4.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Feeling this one. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. Oh yeah, 17. Woo!
Oh shit! Yeah, definitely.
Right.
It buzzes in their ears. People kind of get up as she, and you've timed it perfect. Like she finishes up her like flourishing speech and whatnot, and everybody cheers and gives you a little huzzah and takes a big delicious gulp of the gilded night. And then people are like, holding their ears and what? Who? Oh, and they're kind of getting up. They're wondering where they're hearing this message from, but they're like, oh wow. Well, they're getting up, and she's looking around like, huh? And trying to remain couth, but like, whoa, wait a minute, where's everybody going? There's other people like in the camp, the other troop members who, if they did have earpieces, would be going, what? what is this? But they're all like, oh shit, maybe this is some kind of impromptu thing to drum up the cash. Okay, all right, yeah, this way. And a couple of you see troop members like cartwheeling and juggling, and yeah, this way. And people start not evacuating, and making their way towards the stage, or the main stage where the big animatronic Mr. Nobody is. And it suddenly rears back up to life. You see probably Durgan, you see in the distance the woman that looks familiar to you. You're like, huh? And she kind of bends down and someone talks to her and she's like, oh, shit. And she waves these couple of wands, and it starts to come to life. And Lady Scallion, you could see her whispering down to somebody, maybe even Calliope, like, smiling, but we're going, what the fuck is happening? And he's like, you said there's like a big show at the end. Be ready with your pocketbooks and your experiences. And she's like, all right. So both of you two, please give me a deception.
Yeah, not my thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, I rolled it. I got a 17.
Oh, 1.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh.
So she doesn't, pay attention to you. She's like wondering what's going on. And then she's looking at Rog Novel, and you can see her, like, her nose wiggles in the air, and she says, goblin magic. And she's like running over. She's like, what are you doing?
Entertaining your guests.
She's like, this goblin tomfoolery. You came here for something. She didn't see you with of Six Petals, so there's no like feeling of like, oh, you're a narc. You just are these newcomers that seem odd to her. You weren't on the invitation list, and she's like, are you from another camp? Are you trying to take my people? What are you trying to do here?
Oh, the shenanigans. They invited us. They were they were hungry for shenanigans.
I'm the shenanigans. I'm the shenanigans short stack.
Oh, forgive us.
Can I back away while this is all going on and just
please. Yeah, I'll just bumble here with her.
Yeah, and
okay.
let him be the kind of, and
Okay.
I'll kind of pull back and try to get real close and ready to go in and back up Glitter.
And okay, as you start to back up, and she's kind of she's just totally not lost it, but she's like, what the, and she's trying to defend her camp a bit from the craziness. She knows a prank when she sees it.
Right, yeah.
And we cut into inside the caravan, inside the drawer. There is this little firefly padding around. What do you do?
Well, so I had found that the box, right? But I wasn't able to get in. Is where we left.
You're too little to get in, and it's a little too big for just a firefly to lift.
Okay, well, I get the sense that it's important. I feel like there's something here that maybe 6 pence, 6.
6 pence none the richer. Oh, that band. God damn that band.
Yeah. So I think this might be of interest to them. So I go looking to inform them that I can't open this box at this moment, but this might be something that you might be interested in. So that's my mission now.
Okay. Easily cut to, we won't have you like make rolls to get out and all that. We just cut to Glitterfly making their way to you, telling you that there's a box within this little unmentionable drawer, and seems to be like, might be, you've been doing this for a while, what you'd be looking for. So what are you going to do of Six Petals?
What did I get this message that this big show was happening?
I don't know. Rognobble, did you also send it off to your friends?
No, I mean, no, it was really
just the people that you want to kind of
the
convince
VIP
to get out of here.
and the possible donors and the.
You
Right.
definitely see them. You'd see them all.
You
rushing
just see
off, right?
people
They are the show.
in mass get up and they're happily talking like, ooh, a show, and probably like Cloud and Thunder like, what? We didn't even do we get to go to this thing? You know.
Yeah.
Are we part of the show?
Mm-hmm.
You are the show.
No, I am the show. I'm the captain now.
I think in that case, I think we should huddle.
Okay. So yeah, you move over to catch up with Durgan and Rog.
Well, I think we'll keep away from Rog and that you can catch Durgan.
Yeah, I mean
he's bumbling with the.
And Durgan's close to kind of trying to move close. So the three of us will convene while Rog's has got her distracted.
Okay.
And
easy enough to do. Like you're going to step back about 10, 20 paces. And you two read the room. You definitely can see that this woman has a drink in her hand and is kind of yelling down at a Rognobble, and she's fishing around in her big giant skirts and kind of pulling out this weird strange device, not a cell phone, but it's a strange device about that size. Rognobble, you see that there's a dial on it. You see it says Nutsy, and then on the other side it says bolts.
Oh, it's a pager for the giant two-headed.
And right now the dial is set to Nutsy.
Oh, okay.
What do you do?
Jeez. All right, drawing a blank here. He's
like, I got a good mind to kick you the hell out of my camp. And you see her finger about to dial it to bolts.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna put the nimble escape into effect.
Oh, what's that do?
Well, the goblins have the ability
to hide. Yeah, you can just skedaddle. Yeah, you can skedaddle. Right. Yeah, you can just blank out and hide.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna split.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a stealth.
Just get out of the skedaddle. So you're not going to be able to cast something like right there because he has disguise self.
But she'll see you disguising yourself, you know.
Oh, okay. There we go. 19.
Yeah. Cool. Because I rolled a 4. She'd see you like, I got a good idea. Why don't I kick you out of my camp? And she kind of looks at her device, and it's very Batman. She kind of looks back, and you're gone. And
she's gone.
Fuck, what? And she's kind of looking around at things, and like, where'd that belly go? And so all of you, you three, can see that she's kind of spinning around, like pissed, wondering where he went. And you actually probably all didn't even see. You saw Durgan, a Rognobble kind of tip his hat, then all of a sudden vanish, almost basically like duck under a carpeted rug and then dig his way through and skedaddle. What are the rest of you doing? She hasn't caught your eyes, or you haven't caught her eyes yet. She's peering out into the crowd.
Can we get into the caravan?
Ooh. Yeah.
Without her seeing? Or is it?
You're got tinkering skills.
Here's the thing. I already figured out that the sale has already happened. Apparently, there's a new noble in town named Noble.
John Noble?
Rog Noble.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Noble.
Robert Noble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fred Noble?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So that's
what do you want to do?
Where we should follow up.
So rather than take it here, we wait and take it there?
The artifact was already sold.
Mm-hmm.
But don't we think there's something in a box?
There is.
There's something here. We don't know what it is, but I want to find out.
But she's also about to turn around and see the person who is a narc.
If I could move out of there and let her target the narc while I go in there and follow the glitter being into the place and like kind of see if I can pick my way in there and get the box out of there. While our illustrious elfin Eladrin Summer's Eve
deals with her.
I got her.
Okay.
Am I able to fly into the lock and pick the lock with my little antennae?
I think so.
I could give you a little. I mean, like, oh yeah, you know.
Okay.
Tip.
First, give
great.
me first, Durgan, give me just Steph doesn't need to give me a stealth because
Stealth, all right.
Firefly, but give me a stealth to get away to melt into the crowd, Homer Simpson style.
All right, into the trees. I got 13 plus 5, so 18.
Jesus, yeah. So you kind of duck your head like, all right, and kind of move past all of this.
Yeah.
She spins around and she catches of six petals eye, and she's like, you.
Me? What about me?
Were you with this guy? Were you with that gobbo?
Gobbo?
The little goblin.
Which one?
That you were the one asking about things. You're sneaking around. You took over the show. Are you part of this camp that's trying to take over my camp?
Well, here's the thing. You see my jacket. Do you know what this fiber is made out of? Well, there's this kind of reed that only grows by this one river, and that one river has been having sort of an ecological issue. But the grass there, it's perforated. It gives it more fibers so that when you blend it up, you can like recombine it, and the texture is stronger. I'm casting sleep on her.
Okay. Yeah, you're energy vampiring her.
So. Okay, so sleep is a weird spell.
Yeah, it's by her
hit points.
HP.
Right?
Hit points.
Okay, so I get 5d8
Mm-hmm.
of HP. Okay, I hope I get enough.
That'd be pretty sweet. Of course.
That's off the table. Wait, that's a d4.
Let me take a peek at her HP. I didn't know she was going to get into a fight.
I rolled okay. 10 plus 8, 18 plus another 8, 26 total.
Wonderful, because she has 9.
Oh, yeah.
She's like,
Nice.
well, she's like, what? I don't give a fuck. And she plunk just falls over. Beautiful,
Nice.
beautiful. She lays in the grass. Her kind of deep red hair splays out. Her drink spills. Blah.
I popped the key out of her dress.
Okay. You two make your way to the thing. So before you realize there's a key coming, I wanted to see a firefly fiddle around with a lock. So you head over to the van or the caravan, and
can I give her a lockpick? Can I give her a lockpick to carry, like, into the thing, like a little bobby pin that?
No, yeah, totally. So Glitterfish, pick that lock. It is, gosh, is it? Oh, what is it? Sleight of hand, or is it just a straight dex roll? Yeah, it's a sleight of hand. You're going to roll your sleight of hand, but with advantage. So you're going to roll twice, take the best result.
Okay.
And I know how.
Well, my first one was a 1.
That's good that you have advantage, but also good that there's a key coming.
Yeah.
So let's see it.
Oh, okay. And the second one was a 19.
Jeez. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. First one, you kind of fiddled around a little bit, and you're like trying to figure out how your little insectoid hands and antenna can hold a bobby pin, and like click clack, and it clacks right into place as soon as of Six Petals comes up with the key and says, "I have a key in the door." It's and opens up, and so it is open. So
I try to be a nice Eladrin and go right back to her unconscious body and give her the key back.
Yeah, like a Vulcan. You're like, huh, and just kind of logically go back and jump into her pocket.
That's where it belongs.
Right, just dump it back in there. All right. And easy enough. We're just going to cut to you two zipping through. A little firefly is buzzing at the thing. And as you open up the drawer and find the case, you see the hummingbird come back and like zip back, go towards its box, and then its wings fold up like a little almost river stone or an oval shape and lay down, and then the box closes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do?
I kind of want to take it.
Yeah, it's not bolted to anything. It's just
I'll
a
throw it in
jewelry
my
box.
bag. I'll throw it in my bag.
Very, very
hold it.
similar to the box that you hold in your hand that is locked. But yeah, you throw that one in there as well.
I'll throw the whole thing. Yeah, I'll just stuff them in there. There's
Okay.
it's like a ton. I can put a ton of stuff in there, literally.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, nice. I'll try to play it cool a little bit and walk out of there without her noticing.
She's not going to notice anything for a while. She's very asleep. And we'll cut to Rog Novel. What are you doing?
I was wondering if I should.
You kind of you're this carpet of sod and grass. You kind of sneak out from underneath it,
Right? Yeah, I'm gonna lay low and not be seen. I didn't know if I should use a disguise self spell, but I think she's not sensing that anybody's following me.
Yeah, you kind of look over past the carpet and you see her now sleeping blissfully on this mound of grass out there. So you don't know what happened to her. She just passed out.
All right. Well, I'm gonna zip back and try and find the gang.
Okay, easy enough. We'll just cut to a scene where all of you are together.
Yep.
Everybody is wondering what this concert's going on. The Murmurers are excited because they got kind of called on stage for this impromptu concert that everybody was like, we must encore, obviously, and they come running up, but everybody is like going full bore because they're like, the investors are out in front, so this must be a big thing, and they're just doing a big impromptu. Like everybody's getting their shit in. Everybody, like, there's juggling, there's sword eating, there's puppeteering, there's the Mr. Nobody animatronics. Everybody's trying to do something to just fill in an impromptu show.
Right? Yeah.
You know? People are like back flipping off of puppet heads. They're doing whatever they can to have a good time. And so everything is concentrated towards the front. You all can actually make your way out of the camp somewhat unseen in the fact that nobody is paying attention to you. And you collect yourselves together and make your way over to your goblin cousins and your whirligig carnival highly unsafe mechanical device that has probably been ridden like 100 times, and the goblins are sitting there with like various coinage and the story coin, gold fire coins. They were like, oh yeah, we've been doing good. We made you guys eight coins. And you see there's just this bulging bag that they're kicking behind them.
The deal was 50-50, a little rascal.
All right. So I'll roll up how much you guys get at the end of this. So you make your way back to the security of your camp, probably saying goodbye to a few of the friends you made there. Nutsy and Boltsy are like, bye. Come on back to the camp, Lord. And no, Ding and Dong were also, the message went in there, so they were at the front of the stage, so they don't say bye. They're there. You pop open this case. First, you have the case that has the firefly. God, now I'm getting mixed up. Not the firefly, the hummingbird. But it is dormant and asleep. And you pop open the case that has a lot of money and a lot of storybooks in it.
Ooh.
You can tell it probably has at least about 500 or so storybooks in it, or the equivalent of it. You don't know what type of experience those are, but they're there. And it also has a letter in it, and in the letter it reads, "Thank you for doing this heist, my love. We will reunite again soon, and I will be more impressive than any suitor who has ever tried to take your hand. I hope the money tides you over till we join again in my new world. I hope to take you to my new world." And then it says, "I cannot visit you, but if you need me, simply whisper Robert to my, or simply fill a message into my gift, indicating the hummingbird, and whisper Robert, and it will fly to me." And that's that.
Wait, that's a mind F. Wait a minute.
So, we've got maybe a minute or two. You want to end there, or would you like to figure out what you would like to do next?
Oh, that's a good cliffhanger to me.
Yeah, it really is. Wait a second.
Whoa, we're all stunned.
Okay.
What do we
and
say?
in fact, it kind of pops open. You see the glow of the hummingbird kind of come to life as it's kind of it pops up, waiting for you to say something. And I guess that's where we will end it right then and there.
Alrighty, a mysterious note from the shadow self of Rognobble. What will happen next time? Well, we have a lot coming, both in this show and many other shows for Midway Tabletop. Thank you so much, Marcus. Thank you to all the players tonight. And we will see you all in 2 weeks with the conclusion of the Deeplington arc.
Ooh.
Woo!
All right. And with that, we will bid a fond farewell. But see you soon on the road.
Bye.
Alrighty. All right. And of course, we have this amazing ad from our friends at Turbo Drive.
Step up, friends, now let's be going. For here in the Midway a strange wind is blowing. Where the lights are brighter, the laughter is knowing. Friends, into this tent now of marvels we're going. Sing it loud! Ballyhoo, bally high. Sing it low and sing it high. A song for the ages, for you and for me, where the carnival mirror is calling. Step up, friends, now, let's be going. For here in the Midway a strange wind is blowing. Where the lights are brighter and the laughter is knowing. Friends, into this tent now of marvels we're going. Sing it loud. Ballyhoo, bally high. Sing it low and sing it high. A song for the ages, for you and for me, where the carnival mirror